Hey everyone, Seth back here at Blaze Rider 21 on YouTube. We're going to talk about the new Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt sci-fi movie, Edge of Tomorrow, which came out in theaters June 6, 2014. Today's date, I believe, is the 10th of June 2014. I'm going to talk about the movie like you saw it with me, complete spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it, do not watch this. Save it for another time. And let's get right into the movie. I will first describe the movie as how I viewed it. Like, if you had to just like classify it and try to compare it, I would say it's a sci-fi version of Groundhog Day. And I don't know if people have seen Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, who just repeats the same thing over and over again. Basically, in this film, Tom Cruise and humans are fighting a war against an alien threat, and Tom Cruise, when he gets killed in action, as an officer. He's not supposed to be fighting in the war, and he gets thrown into the war in this mechanized suit. It's a new program for the military called like the Mimic program, something like that. And basically, he has to fight when he has no real training whatsoever. So he gets killed pretty quickly in action. And when he dies, though, he kills one of the aliens, and he steals their technology basically, and what that allows him to do is the alien blood infuses with his blood as he dies, and it gives him the ability to control time, where every time he dies he has the ability to reset the day. So basically he can as long as he dies, he can go back and relive the same day over and over and over and over again, and you get the picture. And I thought the way they did the movie with the whole like reliving the day was very clever, and it was very well done, because you didn't feel it wasn't redundant. Yes, I mean, you saw the same scenes several times, but it was different every single time. It wasn't the same. Like, Tom Cruise, like, when he would steal their lines, the people, and they were just like, what? How do you even know what I'm about to say? It was just very clever. I really enjoyed it. It was a great time. The movie was, it was like 2 hours. It didn't even feel like it. I could have watched the movie for a lot longer. And it's really sad to see that it's doing so poorly at the box office. It opened at number 3 behind Maleficent, which was already in its second week out with Angelina Jolie. And new was The Fault in Our Stars with Shailene Woodley, and that finished number 1. It's just sad. I think a lot of it had a poor marketing campaign. I really didn't think that the marketing campaign leading up to the film's release was that strong. I think that hurt the release, because critically this movie has been reviewed as very high. Rotten Tomatoes has it at like a 90% fresh rating, and I think critic ratings are like, it's got like a 70 Metacritic or something like that, which is very high for a sci-fi film, I think. It also helps I think Tom Cruise, like, if you look at his last few movies, I honestly, a lot of people like give Tom Cruise a lot of flack, but I've liked the last like 5 movies he's done. A lot of people didn't like Oblivion. There was mixed reviews on that, but I personally enjoyed it. I'm a sucker for a good sci-fi movie. That's like my favorite genre of film besides superhero movies. Could watch sci-fi all day. But, you look at his last few movies, you have Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, you had Jack Reacher, you had Oblivion, this film, what was it, the other one he did? I don't know, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But, I've enjoyed all of them, the last few that he's had. But, this movie was great. Emily Blunt, great heroine, female lead in this film, she was great. Really surprised me. She's turning into a great actress. I mean, she was good in The Adjustment Bureau a few years ago. She was in Looper, I believe. She was pretty good in that movie. And she was in this movie, and she's rumored to be up for a role in the new Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, which comes out in 2016. So, who knows what'll happen? That movie's crazy, but yeah, I mean, Edge of Tomorrow was a good movie. It's too bad. I think another thing that hurt it was the marketing. Was it's based off of a Japanese novel called All You Need Is Kill, and for a long time the movie was going to be called All You Need Is Kill, and at the last minute before Comic-Con of last year, Warner Brothers decided that maybe the title wasn't suitable and it wouldn't get the reaction that they wanted, so they changed it to a generic Edge of Tomorrow, which really doesn't lend anything to the movie. I mean, I get it if you really think about it, because he's on the edge of getting to tomorrow because he has to die every day, and he's just like, he's so close every time. But you know, but the whole thing is like, he relives the same day, and basically he can't not relive the day until he figures out how to destroy this alien invasion of Earth, which he has to figure it out. Him and Emily Blunt, basically, they just on a rampage. I really enjoyed this film. I highly suggest people go out and see it while it's out there. It was a great time. I mean, it was a lot. There was a lot of funny scenes in this movie. Like you wouldn't. I really thought it was just going to be a visually happy movie, and I was going to be like satisfied with just the visuals, and I could be, I would be okay with it. The story wouldn't be that great. The story impressed the hell out of me. The comedy timing in this movie, I just didn't expect there to be so much. Like, it was funny. Watching him die over and over and over again was actually hilarious, especially like when the training sequences. There was a scene, like the first time he's training with Emily Blunt was hilarious. He gets so jacked up, he gets thrown like 40 feet. He lands up against the side of a wall, and he's just laying there. Oh, I can only move my lips. And she just pulls out a gun, shoots him in the head. Like, he severed his spinal cord. So she's like, all right, well, can't keep going then. It's funny. They showed one scene in the movie was her just repetitively just whipping the gun out and just shooting him, and it was just hilarious. Like, the one other thing they showed in the trailer was like, I broke my leg, I'm good, and he tries to get up, and he's just like, oh, drops the F-bomb, and he just shoots him in the face again. Like, I can't even tell how many times he got shot in the head and face in this movie. It was insane. You find out too that Emily Blunt's character, she also had the ability that Tom Cruise had, with where she like intercepted the power of the alien race with the time control factor, being able to relive the day. And you find out that if you get injured and you don't die, you lose that power, because she woke up in the hospital and she was getting pumped with regular human blood, and that diluted the alien blood that had went into her body. So she basically, that's how she lost the power. And she tells Tom Cruise, to find me when you wake up, like, because she realizes that he's got the same thing. And then I guess they just kind of go on this whole like mission together. So every time he dies, he goes back and finds her, and they just keep trying to stop the race. And then finally, Tom Cruise, he loses the ability to do it at the end there. And I don't know, man. It was pretty good. They, obviously everything works out in the end, and they stop it. They could probably make a sequel, but I don't think they will now, especially after the lackluster box office. But you never know what could happen, because I believe the foreign market it's making a lot more money right now. It's only made 29 million opening weekend for third, and I think it made 111 overseas. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Once again, guys, go check out Edge of Tomorrow, Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. And that's it for me. That's all I really got to say about it. It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Surprised the hell out of me. Maybe you guys will feel the same. Maybe you guys won't. That's the best thing about film. It's all subjective. So go check out Edge of Tomorrow. And there'll be more from @BlazeRider21 later on. Have a good day, guys.